Hey, how's it going? If you're new here, my name is Jan and I love makeup. And if you're not new, thanks for coming back. I really appreciate you. Obviously, today is another Blue Mondays look. I've got nice Rachel's blueberry earrings in and my Ruffles potato chips because everything is about balance. If you're gonna have the chippies, have something with some nutritional value as well. Okay, that's my tip from me to you today. Last night, I was getting ready for bed and I came out and this was sitting on my table. According to my UPS tracking thingy, it wasn't coming until Tuesday. So I thought it was going to be here yesterday. I'm filming this on Sunday because of course I'm behind on everything. But then it said it wouldn't be here till Tuesday. So I was like, whatever, this is what happens when you live in the middle of nowhere. But it came early, so obviously I have to use it today. So I thought I would just read you the little postcard because, I mean, these are so cute. And I think they're worth taking a minute for. It's the thought and attention that Auntie and Felicia put into these. And I, for one, actually appreciate it. I want to say it was the first order I placed and that it came with the postcard. It was right after I'd placed a previous order or orders, I'm not sure. But Felicia wrote, "Thank you, Jan, for your orders or for continuing to whatever." I don't know, the fact that she took a minute to write a little note spoke volumes to me. So there are lots of reasons I love Nomad. I have a whole Nomad playlist with over 100 videos. If you're new here, I posted on Instagram about my 100th Nomad video because YouTube emailed me. It was like, this is your 100th video. And I didn't know if I should be a little proud of myself or a little embarrassed myself. But when Felicia saw it, she said she was going to send me the next palette as a gift for being supporto girl to the brand. So she did. I got Polar Express sent to me as a prezi, which was very, very nice. Okay, I'm going to insert the B-roll that I filmed while I read you this. Hello, 2025. And we're off to enjoy the French air and powder snow in Chamonix, France. Wishing you an inspired new year and hope Chamonix starts it off sparkling. Cheers to happy and healthy 2025, Felicia and Auntie, Nomad co-founders. New Chamonix après-ski intense color palette. Destination après-ski in Chamonix. On a cool, crisp afternoon in the quintessential alpine village of Chamonix, friends flushed after a day in the slopes gathered to cheers the start of a much-loved tradition, après-ski. In the shadow of Mont Blanc's peak come the sounds of clinking glasses, smells of delicious fondue, and sights of winter pastels streaming across the sky. As light begins to fade and the merriment goes on, the cheers grow louder and boots get on the tables. Then the only question is, last call or first chair? The palette, Winter Pastels, a palette decorated with vintage après-ski scenes open to winter twilight hues seen high in the Alps in a spectrum of cool pastels from soft and subdued to deep and decadent. 9 wintry mattes, 6 twinkling shimmers, and 3 magical duochromes. The cause we are proud to support, Inspire Mont Blanc, association that works for better air quality and the protection of the environment in the Mont Blanc region. They are also, I saw on Instagram, sending makeup-y bits to help in LA for makeup artists who have lost all of their kits to help rebuild. So they're doing 2 this time. And this is the outer carton. I mean, it is just absolutely beautiful. In the back says basically the same things and the shades and their names and all the things, cruelty-free, vegan. It's so pretty. Now I am 100% uncultured swine. Bonus points if you know what I'm talking about. So I can't pronounce many, if not most, of these shade names. So I'm not even going to pretend that I can, because that would be goofy and I'm really not a good actor. But this is what the inside looks like. When I opened it and saw those blues, I was like, yay! I get to use this immediately for Blue Monday. So that's my plan. But I thought maybe we could just, like, I don't know, buckle in and have a little swatch party and just hang out for a bit. Not my typical Blue Monday rundown, but it seems like it could be fun. And I have been just so anxious to get my hands on this palette. All right, let's start with swatching. Okay, I swatched all of the mattes first. I wanted you to see them without any shimmers in there to, you know, affect how it looks. Is my camera crickered? My camera's always crickered. Anyway, I can't pronounce most of these, but I did the pink column, the green column, and then the purpley periwinkle column. They are all beautiful. I went over the green and the pink column swatches a couple of times just to build it up on the back of my hand, because not a great place to swatch, and you know, swatches just tell you the color. But on the purple periwinkle column, that is just one dip in. Those are so pigmented, but you know, typical for Nomad, beautiful, pigmented, lovely mattes. Now I'm going to swatch the shimmers. Okay, so I zhuzhed up the mattes a little bit more so you could see like a bigger swatch. And then we have the shimmers. This is one of the duochromes. In the mirror, I see a shiny blue. Looking down into the palette at the shade, it's white and pink. So that's very exciting. And then we have Last Run, and I can't say that one. So those are all of the pink-ish shades. These are definitely set up like 3 6-pan palettes, which I personally think is very cool. If you chop this up into 3 little palettes, they would be just like the travel size palettes that Nomad has, and I think that's pretty smart. I think it's a good way to lay out a color story for somebody who is just whacking on eyeshadows to get out the door and, you know, have a really nice look. I also don't think that it hinders my quote-unquote creativity. I can boop all over. It doesn't bother me at all. So let me swatch the green 6-pan palette. All right, and now we have the green column. Again, I put the green matte shades back so you could see. So in the mirror, I see fully green with a pink shift, and when I look down into the palette, I can see both green and pink. And then we have the lightest, like full-on green, and then the dark one. These are so beautiful. Whew. All right, let's do the last 6-pan palette. All right, and last but not least, we have the final 6, the 3 mattes, and then the 3 shimmery shades. Man, they're beautiful. This one is everything I thought it would be. Shotsky, so pretty. I think this one right here, this middle one called Mountain Chalet, I think that might be the other duochrome. It's got almost like a gray purple shift, so I think that's the 3rd one. These are so pretty. I cannot wait to be able to try all of these out. I'm so excited. And it's funny because with Nomad, I'm equally excited or the mattes and the shimmers, because the mattes are always so lovely. They're just good and easy and beautiful, and yeah. And I like that the shimmers, I mean, there's the 3 duochromes, which is lovely. But I really like when Nomad gives us metallic-y shimmers that are just spectacularly good. Sometimes bells and whistles are fun, and sometimes they're not necessary. This one's got a little of both, which I'm excited for. So I need to now figure out what I can put on for this Blue Monday look. So I'm going to go figure that out, and then I'll come back and we'll start playing eyeshadows. So, full disclosure, I already attempted to do a look and I had to bail. So this is attempt number 2. So I'm going to go in with the middle purple periwinkle shade, and will of course insert a little picture because I can't say the shade name. And I've started doing this recently and seems as though maybe it's been a little bit helpful. So that's my plan for this video as well. The failure wasn't about the eyeshadows, just about my ability. So I decided I would have to try something else. Just wasn't working. I wasn't liking the look. So I'm gonna start over. I've got some time, so I might as well. That's beautiful. Pigmented, blended out absolutely wonderfully. I did put down my NARS Soft Matte Concealer as my primer for this go round. I mean, I could just leave it like that. I wouldn't even have to use a lighter shade. But because we're here and we can, let's go in with the lightest blue, which is called Last Call, just for a little bit of a haze around the outer edge of that shade. These are just so pretty. Man, they're pretty. I love, love, love Nomad's mattes. I know you're not surprised by that information, but it does bear repeating. It's so pretty. All right, I'm gonna go back in with a little bit of that first shade, because look, I mean, that can be deepened up beautifully. Just blend it along the edge a little bit. I cannot wait to play with this more. I mean, just even doing 3 monochromatic looks with this palette is going to be a very good time. All right, I mean, I'm gonna go in with the darkest pink shade and just see what that looks like. It might be too light for this look. We'll see. Man, that's pretty. Wow. It is a bit too light for what I want. So I'm going to go into the darkest purple shade and just put that right over the top of that pink. I will, of course, have to do that to both eyes, so they are the same, but that's okay. Not going to be a problem. Now I've got to raise my eyebrows up as far as I can, make sure I get all the cracks and crevices. Oh, man, so pretty. Okay, I want to leave that like that for now because I have to play with these shimmer shades. So let's go for Mountain Chalet on my Singe Beauty EO1 dry. Ooh, that's pretty. Oh yeah, look at that. I believe this is one of the 3 duochromes. It looked like it in the swatches. Man, that's so pretty. I'm just gonna bring it all the way in. And I'll probably use the darkest one to blend into the outer corner, because why not? I really like that. I'm just gonna flip my brush over and go into the dark one, Shot Ski. Are you a skier? I am not. I've actually never skied. Which, you know, you would think living in Vermont, I would have, but nope. Never really been a fan of being outside in the cold, so I never skied. And now, of course I can't. That is awesome. I'm gonna go back in with that dark purple just to boop over the edge. Pretty, effortless, and gorgeous. All right, I'm gonna go do the other eye, the rest of my face, and then we're gonna have to use one of these two. Ooh, easy, sheesh. For inner corner highlight and probably face highlight. It's probably gonna end up being this one, which I believe is the Alps. It's Les Alpes, which, if I'm not mistaken. All right, I'll be right back and we'll finish this up. All right, I'm back and everything is done. Let me scoot you in for an up close reconnoiter at the eyes. Obviously, this is just my first look with this palette, but so far, so good. This is such a pretty, wearable, lovely eye look. And I mean, this color story is so much fun. I am so excited. I really want to put the pinks and the greens together, and I just want to see what I can do. Hopefully, you want to see some of that, because that's what I'm gonna have to do this week. I'm gonna have to play with this palette some more. So anyway, let me know what you think of this look. I did use the Alps shade on my inner corner and my highlight on my cheekbone, my nose, Cupid's bow, brow bone, all the places I highlight. That's the shade I used. I love these shades that Nomad do that can be used as a highlight. They are spectacular. I really honestly think Felicia should just give me a whole palette of the highlight shades all in one handy dandy little palette. You know, when you talk to her, just mention that for me. Anyway, I guess that wraps up this Blue Monday video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, give this video a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Either way, I appreciate you hanging out with me today. Be good and remember to be kind to you.